So we're going to start with those hips and knees and feet all in the same plane. Yep. So hip width apart, palms forward. Try to spread your toes. Take a breath in, reach up, balance on those toes. And then on the breath out, we lower the feet, tuck the chin, and reach down towards the floor. Let your arms and your head fall heavy. And then when you're ready, you can breathe out and tuck the tail, bend the knees and round the back. Roll up all the way to standing with the shoulder roll at the top as we usually do. Feet come a little wider on the next one. Palms forward still, breathe in, reach up onto those toes, lift. Nice, and out and open, roll down again. Let the head and the hands just hang heavy, melting forwards towards the floor. Bend the knees very slightly, tuck the tail, roll back up again. Shoulder roll at the top. And then wider still if you're comfortable to do so. Very good, palms forward, breathe in, reach up. This time as you roll down, I want you to hug your knees behind and pull your chest through without falling forwards into a somersault, just pulling in towards those legs. And then release and roll up slowly when you're ready, no rush. And again, a shoulder roll at the top. Good, hands come down onto hips straight away. We go into side stretch or side lunge here. Knees tracking the same direction as the toes are pointing, then over and out to the other side and back again. So it's a dynamic stretch, meaning we're moving through the range of movement and not holding it statically. Warming up all the joints of the legs, the muscles of the legs, bit of balance as well. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold in that side stretch. Hand on the straight leg, other one over the top. Big side stretch. Slide your hand as far as you're comfortable to the side. Underarm open still to the ceiling. And then we'll release all the way up, switch the legs, hand on the other one and over the top to the other side. And back up, standing tall, legs straight, arms wide. Little circles, as you know how here. Those circles, however, don't rock the whole body, forwards and backwards. We keep steady. Knees are not completely locked straight, a little bit soft to absorb the forces through the muscles rather than hinging off the joints. With those arm circles now getting bigger, so long as you don't have shoulder troubles, keep the range small if you do. Bigger and bigger, still keeping the body still. 3, 2, 1. Hands down behind, give yourself a little chest stretch, so pulling the shoulders back, letting the ribs flare forward, collarbones smiling wide. And then we're going to let that go. Hands float back out wide to the sides, thumbs are under, knees still soft. Circles again, this is more pressure, more load on the rotator cuff. So of course, again, be cautious if you're aware of any troubles there. It's really good though for strengthening the rotator cuff muscles around the shoulder. 3, 2, 1. This time hands to the front, knuckles or palms pushing forward. We push the tush to the back, knees still soft. Drop the head between the arms, let the shoulders stretch up to the ears. And we've almost got like a flat back position. Sticking the sit bones behind you and your arms out in front. Stretch and hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then all the way up to the ceiling. Good, release the fingers, make them release off. And then we turn to one side, stretch over that straight leg till down towards the ankle. Back up the way you came. Switch it through to the other side and reach again forward. And back up to the top. Arms float down. Have a little dance, shake it out and walk your feet in. Good. So split stance there for me. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. We did these last week, but unfortunately the connection wasn't great. So we're going to keep the back heel down, back knee straight, bend that front knee. So we elongate the calf muscles. You might get a stretch in your hip flexors if you're a bit tight there. Otherwise, it's just the calf stretch. And then we lift the heel, push the hips forward by tucking the tailbone underneath. Balancing, well done. And then we're going to hinge at the hips like you're leaning over a bench. We're going to reach the arms forward. We're going to bring the arms back as the foot taps in next door to the front foot, then reach back out again. So tap in, return, reach out, stretch. Good balancing on that front foot. Should be very well grounded under the big toe, the little toe, and the heel. The lower you go, the further you can tap and reach, but also the harder and heavier it is on that front foot. Keep breathing, try to keep your chest proud. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that position. We're going to go into Superman or arabesque. So that's reaching the chest further forward to counterbalance the rise of the back foot. We're balancing, we're keeping the hips square. For those with a bit of a wobble today, you can keep the big toe lower down and just lighten the pressure on that back foot, but we're trying to bring that leg as high as we can.
Yeah, I can't do it either.
And come back down. That's on top of fatigue already on that front leg, so it's never easy. But I like to combine the leaning with the single leg balance work because it's going to be excellent falls prevention exercise. Let's flip it around, so other foot forward. Starting with stretches, so use this as a bit of recovery. Try to spread the toes on that front foot. Back leg is straight, heel down. Then we just bend that front knee to try to work on the lengthening and stretching of the calf. Good, nice and easy to start with. We lift the heel off the back, tuck the hips, tuck the tail under, and push the hips forward. You can bend that knee further. So some people you'll see will get like way down to here, but that's really just opening up the tummy. We keep the tail tucked under, hips push forward. We'll open up the hip flexors directly. And hold for, prepare mentally for the next step. We're going to lean forwards over that front foot, hands in front, reaching to the wall ahead of you. Then the back foot taps in as the arms come down. Tap back out, stretch the arms. Tap in, arms in, tap out, reach out. Again, the lower you go, the harder this is, but it's good to challenge yourself. That's it, keep working. Again, grounding down through the big toe, little toe, and heel. 3, 2, 1. Then step it out, reach it forward, going again into that balance exercise. So back foot lifts up off the floor, chest lowers ever so slightly to counterbalance. The further you go, obviously, the harder it is. So just do what you can manage. That's it. Keep trying again if you wobble off. Single leg balance. The leaning and the single leg balance combined is excellent challenge, but very difficult.
Oh.
And you'll also be fatiguing, hopefully, in that front leg anyway. So come on up when you're done.
Oh.
Shake it out. Catch your breath. Yeah. So coming straight down from there into kneeling. Feet flat or toes tucked. I'm going to get those thighs working again. Hands float forward. Take a breath in. Strong thighs, strong tummy. Breathe out, lean back. Breathe in, pull forward. Breathe out, lean back. Breathe in, pull forward. So again, you guys know this one quite well now. If you like, you can do hands across the chest. Make it slightly easier. Or you can go arms up overhead to make it even harder. Either or. Just stay here with arms in front if that's happy for you to control.
Oh.
And 3. And 2. And 1. Hands down in front. Hands slightly forwards of the shoulders. Find your neutral spine position. And maintain that. Press the chest away from the floor.
Can I have my feet, my toes up, or can I put them flat on the floor?
Toes can be still tucked, like on the toes, or feet flat, does not matter.
Okay.
Yep. So whatever's comfy for those ankles and feet for now. Then we are doing our old favourite. So opposite arm, opposite leg, reach. Balance, pause, and return. Other side, reach, and return. Always working to maintain that neutral spine position where possible. Trying to minimize any wobbles and rotation of the pelvis. And your chin is slightly drawn in. Give yourself a double chin there, just to make sure it's the back of the head elevating towards the ceiling, not the top of the head. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees now come apart. Drop back into child's pose. Arms can stretch forwards or tuck in under the head. Reach, reach, reach. We want to get the hips right back against the heels if the knees allow. And we're going to push back up again to hands and knees. Center yourself. Hands where the forwards and where they were before. The right stretched out ahead of the forehead. We drop the hips forward as well. Engage through those tummy muscles. And then little elbow press ups. Yay. So we bend the elbows as far as you can manage and press away. We want to lower the whole body as one unit. Don't let the head fall first. Go as low or as little as you like. The hips, the tummy, the chest, the head, moving as one plank of wood. 3. We want the elbows tucking in. 2. And on the last one, we push back up, hips to the ceiling and chest to the ground into happy dog pose. So we want thoracic spine extension. It's usually quite stiff. If your shoulders can't do that, feel free to tuck them in again under the head. Just try to stick your tailbone up in the air. That looks very stiff in you, Liz, actually. Okay.
No, still going.
And the hard work continues. We lean forwards again, hands outstretched, hips lower in. Shoulders are not up near the ears, they drop down away. We're still going to do another little elbow bend press. Then lean on one arm, open to the side, and try to reach your hand to the ceiling. Hands back down, another little press up, and twist and reach the other side. Center, hips low, tummy strong for your press up, twist and reach. Back to center again.
It's obviously why I need my hair cut. Can't see. Long hair's crap.
Good, we're nearly done. One more each side. Do what you can manage. That's last. And return to middle. And then lower all the way down onto your tummy. Excuse me. Hands under your head just so you can rest your neck nice and comfortable. All right, so head and shoulders relaxed, only looking at me if you need to, of course, otherwise the rest of the time eyes are down. We're going to push the pubic bone into the floor. So that's that kind of tucking of the tail action going under between the legs. And then we lift one leg straight up and straight down. Other leg lift and lower. Keep going, alternating sides. Shoulders stay relaxed. Keeping that pubic bone pushing down to ensure the glutes are doing the work and the hamstrings and less of the lower back. Go as high as you feel able, but not so high that the back starts to arch. Four, three, two, and one. Legs down, head up off the hands, watching if you need to, of course. We're then going to slide the hands out to the sides, the face. The breastbone floats a little bit away from the floor. Then we're going to try to bring the hands and the elbows up off the floor as well, hovering by your sides. We stretch forwards to Superman reach. Then we bring those elbows back in and squeeze the shoulder blades together. We reach forwards as far as the arms can go and then back in and squeeze. Legs are not involved. However, if they do start to hover a little bit on the squeeze, that's okay. Eyes looking directly at the floor below. The whole way through. Yeah, good. That's better. So it's a stretch, squeeze of the shoulder blades on the return. Make sure you are breathing. And 3, and 2. And on the last one, bring those hands all the way back down towards your thighs, palms turned down. Try for a double leg lift for me and flutter. Good, we're still keeping those shoulder blades squeezing back towards each other. Arms are off the floor, breastbone proud. Eyes gaze just straight down unless you need to see me. Flutter, 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 and breathe. 4, 3, 2, 1. And everything down. Hands under the chest. Push up into your cobra as far as you are comfortable. Okay. Shoulders away from those ears. Stretch the tummy, and then we're going to come straight back down to the floor. Brace the tummy and push up to hands and knees. Good, and then just rounding the back to cat stretch. Tuck the head, tuck the tail, round the back. It is an active stretch, so we do want to feel the tummy muscles pulling up towards the spine. And then reverse that for me. So we'll let the belly hang, let the chest fall forward. Breastbone even comes towards the front a little bit and shoulder blades towards each other. That's it, good. One more the other way. Cat stretch again, or rainbow stretch. And one more back in reverse. We've done a lot of extension work, lots of wrist strength, shoulder strength, good for bone density, of course, as well. Find your neutral spine position. Tuck your toes again for me if you can. Brace your tummy and lift into a knee hover. So it's bringing the knees an inch or two off the ground. I just want you to hold and breathe here for me, drawing your bladder higher up inside of you. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down. We're going to switch over onto our side, laying down on your side entirely. Change the angle. Good. So, excuse me, you're familiar with the setup here. Remember, we've got a trail of ants crawling through under the waist. We're going to give them some space. So you will push the top hip away from you. Sexy hips, waist lifted. Knees together, feet float up off the floor. Then clamshells up and down. Bringing the knee as high as you can lift, keeping the waist off. Even pushing the hips forwards as you lift the knee makes more recruitment through those muscles we're targeting. In the back pocket, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the feet only, but keep the waist off those ants. Legs stretch away on top. Push it further away from you. Point the toe forwards, then heel point for back. So we're keeping that leg the same height the whole way forwards and backwards, like you're sliding it over a coffee table. Good. The little heel, ankle movement incorporates the sciatic nerve, gives it a good slide and glide along its chain as well. Still off those imaginary ants below the waist. 3, 2, and 1. And you can hold that leg there, slide your bottom leg straight as well. Try for a double leg lift. Hand here if you need to support yourself. You can definitely squish down on those ants. Top leg up higher, it just stays there. Bottom leg circles. The option to make it easier is to drop the top leg forward and just do bottom leg in the air. Breathe. Tummy strong from the sides here, all the way through to the groin on the other side. Three, 2, 1. Both legs down. Well done, top leg. Bring it forwards, let it rest on top of the, in front of the tummy. Good, top arm, then reach over the top. Breathe in, breathe out, lift the head, lift the leg, reach to your ankle, and return down. Arm over, back up and lift. Good, make sure you are still breathing. Try not to hold your breath at any point. And 5, and 4. Getting your torso up into that side bend. Well done. And 1. And down, arms out to the front. Leave the legs where they are if they're comfy. Good old bow and arrow stretch today. So we're going to slide your top arm over the bottom, over the chest. Elbow turns towards the floor. And then if you don't have shoulder troubles, reach the arm out straight as far as you can go. Your head can follow through. And fold the elbow in. Slide the arm back the way you came, out past the fingers. And go again. We're trying to keep the knee in front grounded. Again, bringing the arm in, reach it forward. And one more, last one the same. Opening the chest, stretching the muscles at the front of the shoulder, front of the tummy, and the joints of the spine. Back around again when you're ready to the front. And from there, legs together, push up to sitting. And straight over into mermaid stretch. So you can split the legs a little bit or keep them tucked. It's whatever's comfy. The way the toes are pointing is the way we're reaching. Underarm is open, meaning it's stretching upwards rather than dumping the chest forward. With every breath, just try to kind of inch into it a little tiny bit further. Now we do want to turn the chest forward. Try to grab onto your shin or your knee. Pull the chest in. And a couple of deep breaths here to open up between the ribs on the upper side. Getting some good intercostal stretches. And then let's really bring the back leg, if that you're holding onto, swing it over the knee. If you can get there, hug it in. Sit tall, shoulders down. Add a little twist to look behind that hip if you need to. Also, bottom knee, if it doesn't like that, you can stretch it out straight. Still hug the knee in close, it's over the top, and add a little twist to increase the stretch. So again, a little bit of recovery before we then load up the other side of the body. Let's just release the pressure and unpretzel the legs. And just swing it around or roll over. Do it all again on the other side, and side lying. Very good. So imagine those trailer vents crawling through under you again. So lifting the waist as much as you can off the floor. Taking the hip away from you to do so. And then feet come off the floor as well. Knees open, knees closed. Good. You may feel a little bit more fatigued on this side. And that's okay. We'll still get the job done. Make sure you're still breathing. Up off the ants, knee open high, a little bit of a push forwards of the hips as you lift the knee. Get more bang for your buck. Four, three, two, and one. Then bring those feet back to the floor. Take your top leg straight away from you. Really stretch it away to lift your waist even higher off the mat. Then point the toe for forwards kick and point the heel for backwards. As far as you can, obviously, both of those directions. Trying to keep the rest of your body still and steady. Still breathing. Amazing how much we can forget to breathe. If you need to kick it, that's okay. And 3. And 2. And 1. Try to hold still if you can, the leg in the air, slide your bottom one out and double leg lift. Hand wherever you need it. Top leg higher, leave it there. Circles at the bottom. Good. Work as hard as you can for as long as you can. It's okay to dump in on those ants, and if you do need to, remember you can drop that top leg in front. Just do the bottom leg work. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both legs lower. Well done. Then from there, top one in front. And top arm over the top, breathe in. On the breath out, we lift and reach to the ankle. Head back down, stretch over. So the head and the leg lift and lower together. Getting into that side flexion. You can push on your underarm to help you get there. And another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then nice bow and arrow stretches. Arms start at the front, head rested down. Slide the arm back when you're ready to go. Elbow towards the ground behind you. Then extend the arms if you feel ready. And fold the arm back in and slide it across the way you came. Pass the fingers to go again. Fold it back to the front. Good. Last one. We will hold it slightly longer. And fold it back in, out to the front. Legs back together, push up to sitting. And straight over to mermaid stretch. It's usually the harder way to balance. Reaching over towards the back foot. Underarm open to the ceiling. And now turning forwards to reach your knee or your shin if you can get there and pull in towards the leg. A couple of deeper breaths here. It is hard because we're actually squishing one lung and opening the base of another. That's it. Well done. Release the pressure, sitting tall. Back foot, swing it around the front if you can. Get it as close as you can over the knee anyway, and then hug it in, sitting tall. Shoulders down. Add a little twist if you need it. Around to look behind that open hip. So if you're holding your left knee, you twist to the left, vice versa. And then slowly, again, releasing that pressure as well. unpretzel. We're going to do some sitting and then some supine. So I want you to just turn around lengthways on your mat, legs out straight, legs slightly wider than hip width apart. And first thing first, arms in front, try to exaggerate your posture, shoulders pulled back, spine straight. We breathe in, reach the arms up, lift the ribs higher, and then breathe out, fold forwards, grab onto your feet or shins or knees, pull yourself in towards your legs or between the legs. Good. Hold there, obviously, for a couple of breaths. And we'll release, come back up, sitting tall again, hands forward. As you breathe in, we lift the arms up, turn to one side, split the arms, use your leg and the floor to twist, to look behind you as far as you can. Lovely, yeah, that's all it is. And we're back, return to center, sit tall, arms up on the next breath, lift, twist, and rotate. Push, push, push. We come back to the front, legs together, knees bent in. Again, sitting tall to start, hands in front, breathe in. Pull the pelvic floor up inside of you and breathe out, little tuck of the tail, little roll back, straight back up, sit tall. So it doesn't need to be very far to be effective. We're basically just rolling from the tops of those sit bones off the back of the sit bone and back up on top. The chest will collapse a little bit. You'll kind of round in through the top half, but we do want to kind of extend, open the chest proud at the top of each one. Remember to draw up that bladder higher inside of you and then let it relax. 3, 2, and 1. If you're going further than me, that's okay. That's all I can manage at the moment. Adding some rotations here now. So again, we tuck off the back of the tail, rotate to reach one hand away, return to center, sit tall. Other side, rock back, reach and twist, back to center and up. Again, tuck and roll, open the chest. That's it, lovely. Other side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And hands behind, collapse, relax for just a second. Very good. Drive your feet down flat onto the mat. Then prop the chest forward to the ceiling. If your arms allow, we're going to go into a reverse plank. So hips up, up, up as high as you can get them as well. Chest up, hips up. Rotator cuff troubles will not appreciate this stretch much. Hold as high as you can. Chin on the chest or looking at the ceiling's okay. 4, 3, 2, and return. Legs back to straight. Sit tall, hands in front, breathe in. Rolling all the way down to the floor behind, breathing out. Take your time, slow and steady. Roll, roll, roll. Long stretch, yeah. Give yourself plenty of room. Legs are straight, arms are straight. Tummy stretching open. And we're going to maneuver into our bridge position. So arms come down next to you. When you do that, palms are forward, shoulder blades tucked in underneath, and then walk the feet up, so knees are bent. And you can wiggle through the lower back to find your neutral spine position. It should be your natural curve, nice and comfy. Feet are flat. Again, spread the toes a tiny bit more than you're used to. We want equal pressure through big toe, little toe, and heel. Then we're going to push the feet into the ground to lift the hips up to the ceiling. Go as high as you can manage. Breathe in. Breathe out. Roll down. Top, middle, lower back, and tailbone. Relax completely. Go again. Feet are flat, driving the hips up. The legs are doing the work here. Up, 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 up. Excuse me. And then lower back down. Deep core muscles are helping to coordinate that segmental roll down. At your own pace, continue some more. A little bit more of a tail tuck at the top of that bridge. Takes away from the lower back. Nice. And as you come to the top of the next one, no rush, just to wherever you're at in your sequence. But when you're at the top, hold it. Good. Hips stay high, tailbone tucked under, then a double heel, lift and lower. So both heels together, lift and lower. Knees are still close-ish together. They don't have to be touching, but I don't want them splaying out to the sides. And imagine a ball between the ankles, between the heels. I want you to hug that ball between the feet as you lift and lower those heels. Hips still high, tail still tucked under for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet flat, hips up higher. Breathe in, breathe out, roll back down to the floor. Then straight away, breathe in, arms reach overhead. Breathe out again, lift into your bridge. Breathe in, hold for a second or two. Breathe out as you roll down, arms come over. Tail hit the floor. We lift the head to look between the knees and reach your fingers to your ankles. Head down, breathe in, reach arms over. Breathe out, lift the hips up, 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 up. Breathe in, hold. Breathe out, roll down again. Arms come over. Hips hit the floor, lift the head, reach again. And return, head down, arms over. Last one here. Breathe out, lift those hips to your bridge. Tail tucked, breathe in, hold. Breathe out, roll down, arms coming over as well. Hips hit the floor, lift into your crunch. Imagine a small soft peach under the chin. You want to hold it onto the chest, but don't bruise it. Reaching to those ankles and start some pulses here for me. So we're bouncing those arms up and down. If your neck is straining, feel free to let your head drop. We want to draw the ribs towards the hips. Strong, taut trampoline springs. Ribs to hips. Pulses continue. Breathing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Head down, arms down, and lifting one knee to tabletop, then 2 knees to tabletop, knees together, chins roughly horizontal. And again, just double check you still have that neutral spine position. You're not arching your back away from the floor. And holding. No head lift this time, just the arms coming up off the floor. Palms up or palms down, doesn't matter, just today. Pulses again. Big but fast. Pulse, pulse, pulse. The tummy obviously working hard to resist those bounces. Knees together, chins horizontal. Breathe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees. Massage your back into the floor a little bit. Just go for a roll. One more is double leg extension with pulses. Option with the head lift up or down. That's the option. I won't be doing it today, but you certainly can. Just remember that peach to keep the chin down to the chest, not pointing up to the ceiling. So, tabletop knees first. Hands beside you, ready. If you're going to do the head lift, come now. Otherwise, leave your head down, and a double leg stretch for everyone. Knees up nice and high. Feet up high or feet down low to make it harder. Start those pulses. Lower back still neutral. Breathing. Pulses harder, faster, keeping the body still. If it's way too heavy for you, return to tabletop. Lower back still neutral, not arching off the floor. Chin up, head up, chin tucked down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hug those knees again. Well done. And then just transition from a side to side roll to an up and down roll. Forwards and backwards. Build up a bit of momentum. Throw the legs forwards, lift the head and roll like a ball up to sitting. Then feet together, knees drop out wide, butterfly stretch. So yeah, while you're there, you can lean forward and press in on those legs, just wherever is comfy. Or you can just sit nice and tall and just gently chest forward. Catch your breath. A good little mixture today. It was a whole body workout, a little bit of cardiovascular, lots of strength, and some mobility and flexibility. I'll get you to release off that stretch, knees together, come over to hands and knees again. Any direction's fine. And then once you're there, we're just going straight into downward dog stretch. Okay, so that's tucking those toes, hips up to the ceiling, underarms are open and attempting to get your heel towards the ground behind you. And you can walk your feet to your hands or your hands towards your feet. Bend the knees if you need to. And super, super slowly, slowly, roll up to standing. And then, yeah, once the blood's rushed out of your brain and you've fixed up what needs to be fixed, palms forward, breathe in, balance on those toes. And back out, and a little roll down again, reach to the floor, knees soft, like we did at the start, just temporary, and then roll back up, breathing in. Good. Shoulder roll, drop the shoulders low, head tilt to one side. Chin to chest, roll through, head tilt to the other side. Chin to chest just to center, and then lift the head. Shake it out. You're all done.